So it turns out our world isn't the only world with dumb laws. And so in this episode, we're left with the aftermath of Stain's wake and McGruff the crime dog. Sorry, the chief of police pays them a visit. I thought he was going to congratulate them at first, but instead he explains the laws surrounding hero work and the usage of quirks. So we find out that technically all of them broke the law because they weren't given authorization and the kids weren't certified as well. So the kids and even the pro heroes, like Endeavor, Manuel, and Gran Torino, they might face punishment as well. I mean, what a load of BS, right? Like, what's the point of being a pro hero if you can't exercise at your own discretion, like when to use your quirk? I thought that was the whole point of going through training, was to find out, like, okay, this is an appropriate use of force. I don't know. That just doesn't really make much sense to me. I feel like the law should be updated in this case. So, like, when some guy, like some maniac like Stain comes, like, attacking people, right? They can't just sit by and just watch people and wait for orders from, like, the police. And that's basically what Todoroki said to the chief of police. He was like, dude, what's the point of being a hero if we can't, go in and sacrifice our safety for the safety of others? But apparently, they're wrong because they're tied up in more red tape than I thought. So they are given a choice to either take the credit along with the punishment or to let Endeavor take the credit. They chose to stay unnamed, and the police chief acknowledges their work and really appreciates it, right? And he even bows down to them. And he actually recognizes the fact that these kids, just because of the unjust laws, right, they just won't get the praise they deserve. But I bet if the kids, right, were like, no, we'll take the punishment, we just want the glory of taking down Stain, right? I bet Stain would literally just break free of his shackles and just knife them, because he'll be like, why did I leave you guys alive? I thought you guys would be the hope for future heroes. But obviously they didn't. These are good kids, and they wouldn't do something like that. One of the big things, though, was the conversation between All Might and Gran Torino, because, oh my gosh. So yeah, apparently there's this guy out there, right, called All for One. I mean, people mix One for All and All for One a lot, and I get it. I've done that in the past. But All for One is like, I think, All Might's arch nemesis from what I gathered in the anime. Like, he's the one who gave him the stomach wound and now, like, basically crippled him. So yeah, like, he's a really big deal. Like, if he's able to wound All Might at his strongest, yeah, that's not a good thing for these main characters. And apparently he's the puppet master behind the League of Villains, and yeah, it's gonna be insane. So Stain's ideology does live on, even though he's taken off the streets. I mean, it becomes infectious and spreads like a wildfire, And the sad thing is, the League of Villains take the credit because he was like the only association or organization associated to Stain. And because Shigaraki doesn't even know what he's doing as a villain yet, and so he's gonna basically be riding off the coattails of Stain's success. The thing is, he becomes like legendary, right, in the underground community, and people start making videos about him, and we get to see like his history, like how he was aspiring to be a hero, but he saw corruption in the system, right? And he was just out on the street, out on campus, just like preaching his ideology, basically, like how to be a good hero, but no one really listened to him. So he ended up just losing like hope in this like system and becoming, basically taking actions into his own hands and becoming who he is today. And now, even with Stain gone, like, his message is just so powerful that it resonates with so many people, and basically becomes a rallying cry for all these villains and just people who were previously scattered throughout. Now, we do get to see a lot of the new characters that will appear for the later episodes. The next episode is actually going to be a filler, I think, with Tsuyu. So looking forward to that, actually, because, she doesn't really get too much screen time. But yeah, new characters. So we do get to see this villain girl. Like, I don't know, she's like really popular with the people who've read the manga, And so yeah, like in the later episodes, I'm just looking forward to see like what's the hype about her, and maybe see if she's like waifu material. I don't know. She seems like the really psychotic, crazy type. So I guess that's like a charm point for a lot of people. So overall, this episode is a really nice, like, unwinding episode after like all the crazy stuff that happened in the previous ones. We got to see Uraraka and Deku just talking on the phone, and even that's like a really big deal for them. Like Gravity Girl's mentor, or the place she was interning at, she was like, "Oh, is that your boyfriend?" And it was just like, it's really cute, I totally shipped them. And we also got who's that? Momo, who's interning with like Uwabami, and you basically see them just making advertisements for people. It's like, dude, is that hero work? Or what are you doing, right? You're not saving people. You're just advertising shit. But again, that's one of the things that Stain was just totally against. And even like Momo is like, can we actually do some work instead of just posing and looking nice? So she was like really stoked when they finally went outside to do stuff. So what did you guys think about this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.